Hello everybody, welcome back. Shall we explore a bit more about toon textures and one of these scenes? Okay, so as I said, let's export the t-shirt. I'm not going to export the camera like I thought I might. I will just create it straight away there, and we will use Physical Sky so you can see straight after you generate everything what you get and how you can play with stuff. So let me export this t-shirt. It's probably gonna come out with the skeleton because I think it's attached to it, but that doesn't matter. We'll just hide it. Okay, export selection. We should export it. Let's do assets. Oh, it's a lot of assets, isn't it? Okay, I am recording it. Yes, I am. Okay, so let's do a lily top toon. So I can find it. I will do it as Maya file. It's easier for me. Export selection. Is there anything else I wanted to show you in this file? It takes a while to open. Yes, I wanted to show you one quick thing, because before the summer holidays I did a video on referencing files, and specifically for characters with a rig and amending skin weights and everything. So what I've decided to do with this project is, let me just open the reference editor so I can show you what I decided to reference and what I didn't reference. I'll give you my reasons why. Okay, so for those of you who haven't seen the video from the summer holidays regarding skin weights, amending skin weights in reference files for characters' rigs, when you reference a character rig, you cannot amend the skin weights. You would need to go to the original file, amend the skin weights according to the posture and the position of the character, and then go back to your animation. Which in certain situations it would be better doing, but in my case, because I create everything, I create the rigs, I do everything, I found it that I took more time doing this rather than having the original file and work over the original file without referencing my character. So what I chose to do with this, specifically this project, is I had my character with her rig, and specifically XGen as well. A few times I would create, because I was thinking, if I have it in the original file and I create the dynamics for the XGen, it should work in my file where I'm referencing the character into. I had so many problems with XGen as well, not just the skin weights, XGen as well. So what I decided to do is, for her specifically, I just worked from the original file. I just had a separate file from it, and I just, worked from it, on it. I worked within it, so I can amend the hair. Yes, I did do a little bit more work than you would have thought that I would do, but in my case, this worked better. So I haven't referenced my main character, but I referenced the environment, which obviously you can see that I've worked on the reference file. That's why the textures are like this, but that's fine. Doesn't matter. Because that happens when you've actually referenced the file and then you do additional work within this environment, and it's like it can't recognize it because it's not in the original file, because I've copied it here. But that's fine, as long as you open this, and then it works perfectly fine, as you can see. So I've referenced the environment. I've referenced, I think, 3 molar tooth characters, the bunny character that I have, because he doesn't have any XGen, and the skeleton that I used for him It was okay. I didn't have that much skin weight to amend. I worked basically more with the blend shapes for him. So if I show you quickly his rig, I've put his rig as well and his skeleton in. Let me see whether I'm gonna get the right one. Yes! Woo! Straight away. Okay, so this is the first one, which actually goes in the motion path. And as you can see, there isn't too much geometry that I would need to it's jumping a bit. F on the keyboard to just zoom into that if it's jumping like that. So you can see the skeleton, it's fine. The skin weights that I did, it was taking me less time if I needed to go back and in the original file and amend the skin weights. Basically, that's why I did the blend shape for him. So it's easier for me to do stuff, you know. So yeah, I've got 3 tooth characters because I had to, if I'm to animate this one would follow the path, yeah, with the particles. As you can see, if it's gonna work, it's gonna take a bit of time because I've cached the dynamics for the hair. I've cached the, have I cached the particles? I'm not too sure. But definitely have cached I'm sure I've cached the dynamics for the particles as well, not dynamics, the particles itself. And as you can see, he's attached to a motion path. And when he reaches the end of the motion path, then I needed to animate the tooth to, in the animation, he's like turning around or something, and then he's talking to my character. Well, I cannot animate this particular object because his rig is already attached to the motion path. And if I animate it after this, then detaches it from the motion path because it's parented to the motion path. So I had to have actually 3 characters here. As you can see, let me pause that. Come on. Let me go there. As you can see, this is a different one now. This one, I've made it to, let me go back a bit. See, if it wasn't cached, the particles, it wouldn't show when I'm scrolling through it. So I have definitely cached the particles, otherwise the render time would have been even more. So as you can see, this one is, let me just, come on. Okay, so he's reaching the end of the motion path. Sorry, I'm getting into details. We were supposed to do one thing and now I'm doing another thing. I just really wanted to show you because some of you might be interested. It took me a while to figure out how you can, you know, animate like this. Because when I try to animate this one afterwards for the next frames, it detaches it from the motion path. So that's how I figured out, okay, I would need to have another one there to animate. And then for the third scene where he's slotting into the clock, I had a third one because I had to animate it, and it's quite a long one. I did try to break it, but nevertheless. Okay, let's quickly show you. And you can see that this one, now I've hidden it, and I've got another character here who is animated, and I'm not gonna try to look for his rig or whatnot, but then I would have a third one flying there, I think. Yeah, am I correct? Okay, that's what happens. Always, when I have XGen, that always happens when I try to scroll like this. So, let's not try to open that file again. You get the idea, you know, especially when you're attaching something to motion path, right? Let me reopen that. So I'm working in Maya 2022 because I tried working in Maya 2024 because Maya 2024 has really cool new updated tools. But something was happening and Maya was crashing when I was doing IPR render. So I went back to Maya 2022 just to finish the project. I'm planning on using Maya 2024 for the jet engine project, because the Boolean tools are improved, and I would really, you know, benefit from using the Boolean tools. And a lot of other tools as well. The animation tools are updated as well. There is sculpting within the animation. So I need to go through all that information and see how it would, you know, the updated tools would benefit me for my projects this year. That's why I'm working in my 2022. Okay, let's import that t-shirt that we exported. So you get the idea how I did the animation. The bunny tooth I did the emission from the bunny tooth for the particles. I attached it to a motion path, then I hid it when it slots in front of the character. Then I had another bunny tooth character appearing, talking to her. And I don't know why I had a third one there, because not sure, but you get the idea why I used so many. So I referenced the environment, I referenced the bunny characters, and it made my scenes really, really small. The only thing that I did not reference is my character because of XGen and the skin weights. I decided that it's going to take me less time to actually work within the file on my character rather than reference it. But everything else I referenced, and it worked really well because my scene was small and I could quickly hide a lot of the things on the side if I didn't need to. And the file, when you're animating, when you have reference file specifically for the environment, if the environments are big, it makes animation much easier, much easier. So yeah, let's get back to the topic at hand. We did Lily top tune, didn't we? Okay, let's import this so I don't make this video very long as well, because even I myself don't like watching very long videos when you know, we're getting off topic. So bear with me. Okay, yeah, you see the skeleton is there as well. Come on, where are you? What is happening? There we are. Why is it not up there? My F key wasn't working. Nevertheless. Okay, so what should we do is we should detach it from the skeleton. Where is the skeleton? Why is it not showing it here? It's not in the layer, probably. Okay. Shall we spend time to... Let's clear history. Then by type history. Let's try detaching. So select the skeleton, wherever it is. Skin, combine skin. Must select the skin to detach. Well, I am selecting it. Oh, never mind. Whatever. Okay, let's delete that. Okay, it's not a very nice looking one, alright? Because obviously it was skinned and whatnot. But we have a base. Let's quickly check the UVs. Okay, that's fine. Okay. UV editing. I need to go to my standard. No, I'm standard. Is it classic that I'm working usually? Yes, it's a classic. Okay, I like having my outliner separate. If you don't know where to open it, it's here, Windows outliner. Okay, so we have this. It's definitely has the yes, it's Toon one. You can see aiToon. Okay, let's assign a new one. We'll go to that. Assign new material. Let's do one with Arnold standard. Standard surface. let's do that top AI standard him. Okay, let's copy and paste it. Move to, okay, fair enough. As you can see, it's not very, that's fine. Okay, let's assign aiToon to this one. Assign new material, shader. There you go. aiToon. Let's do top aiToon M. Okay. Okay, let me leave it like this. Let's create camera. Space on the keyboard. Create camera. Normal camera. Camera 1. Look through selected. Okay. Click on one of the models. F on the keyboard so we can kind of go quickly there. So I'm not scrolling around. Yeah. Okay. Let me just do this so we know where we are. Okay, let's zoom in a little bit. They're kind of, okay, that's a tiny bit better. Let's do this one as well. It's annoying me. And I center pivot. And you need to reset and okay, leave it as it is. I'm not going to go into details. We don't need to fix all that. So we've got a camera. I'm into the camera. Let me tear off a copy. That's how I like working. I'm setting up my camera, tearing off a copy. That's why I like having the big screen, right? Because especially when I'm animating, I have so many windows open, so many windows open. And you can still amend the camera here, you know, as you can see. Let me get out of this one here now. Let me go into my perspective one so I can, I don't destroy my camera view, right? Okay, see? Awesome. Okay, let's get light physical sky. We talked about the physical sky. Let's do physical sky. Okay, and let's leave it as it is for the moment. Let's go Arnold. Open Arnold render view. Let's do IPR. Okay. Hit play. Okay, let's change our camera. From perspective, go to camera shape 1. Okay. Now, what shall we do first? Let's just increase quickly this before we play with depth of field or anything. Yeah, just give it a bit more light so we can see what we're doing. And should we change the ground a bit or let's leave it for now? Let's leave it for now. Okay, so this one was the one with the aiStandard, right? I have, for this UV set, I have the texture. So let's plug in the texture here. So that's the aiStandard one. So it's just base color. Yeah. File. Let me find the texture. Is it Lily Textures? Nope. Okay. Am I in the right folder? It should be this one. Then source images. That was the pajama top. Yes, there. Okay, so that's my texture I did in Substance Painter. I painted over it according to what I had in the book. As you can see, beautiful painting I did there. Okay, it's a little bit shiny for my liking. So what I usually do is I increase this. Okay, beautiful. Sorry, somebody was calling me. Okay, so yes, we increased the roughness. Increase the roughness. Okay. Yeah, my mom, without meaning to call me. Increase the roughness. Okay, let's see. So for this one we did put aiToon, didn't we? But it's not showing anything, is it? So what you need to do is you need to go here. Let me see what I remember where it was. Was it in filter? I think it was here, filter contour. Yes, yes, I remembered. Awesome. Okay, so that's what you get when you apply aiToon texture. This is what we get. That's why I like it, because it gives you a chance of doing cartoony and at the same time this comic book look as well. That's what I was going for with the brush animation. Okay, so let me just show you why it's cool, because if let me get out of that camera so I don't destroy that angle. If you go and you turn around, it would always have the outline. You can see, right? Let's go back into our camera shape one. Lovely. So what you can play here with is in the attribute editor. When you go to your, I'm recording it, yes. No, that would have been a edge color. First we can check, you need to make sure that the edge color is ticked on as well. Not just the render settings to change it to contour, but here it needs to be ticked on as well. Okay, so what you can do here is you can change the color as well of the outline. So I can make it red or pink or something. See, very nice. But let's go with black for the moment. Okay, I did that even for her body texture. And if you pay attention to if you actually stare at some of the pictures, you can slightly see reddish pinkish outline on her skin as well. I played with it quite a lot, but it looks really good now. Okay, edge tone map. I think here we usually could plug in a map or something. I don't think I played this much, just with the color. Sometimes I was playing, I think. Yeah, maybe not. Okay, let's bring it back to white for the time being. You can play with all the settings. I just want to show you quickly how cool, you know, it would look compared to the just aiStandard one. Because sometimes you can, not sometimes, you can plug in a few different ramps as well. If I remember how to do that. Okay, so edge opacity, you can have it just tiny bit, as you can see. You have the outline there. That's what I did with the body. You have the outline there, but it's not that dark. It's not that within the eye. So you can kind of, let me bring it a bit closer. Yeah. So you can see here on the left one, where we have just the standard one, it's like kind of flat, where this one gives you the more cartoony look as well. Let's bring the opacity back up. Okay, so basically we don't have any opacity. Width scaling. Yeah, this is for the width of the outline as well, as you can see. See, the more I increase it, the more visible it gets. Okay. Here, I don't think I was playing with anything in the edge detection. Silhouette, not in the silhouette either. So base and specular, that's where I was playing with things. So here in the base one, I need my thingy. Okay. So I need the toon one, don't I? Have I selected this one? Yes, I have selected this one. Let me open the graph, materials on viewport selection. Okay, perfect. So I've got my graph here. Okay, So here it's in the base one is where we are going to plug in the texture map for the color. Yeah, so let me just think. What was it? Image. Is that how we maybe I should have gone back to how we created it. Yeah. Nope. Okay, we've got the other texture there, don't we? Let me see how I've plugged it in. You see, that's a way as well of figuring out how you did something. Which one was it? A little top, this one. Okay. Graph material for that one. Come on. There. Okay, so let's see what we did. This one is, what node is that one? AI image. So yes, it was an AI image. So an AI image is plugged into the base color, and then I created rump. That's a rump, yes. Then I've created a rump for the specular. As you can see, the specular is connected here. Okay, let's do that. Where is the aiToon? It's this one, isn't it? Come on. Seriously? You kidding me? Sorry. Okay. Graph material. Okay. Let's move this. So how I plug it in? Base color. Thank you. Okay. So let's plug in the texture here. Find again the file. You're selecting everything. Jump top, this one. Let's have a look. Yes, it worked. Okay, that's how we plug in texture map for the base color in the aiToon one. Okay, so let's see what we can do here with the edge color. Maybe we can put pinkish one. See, makes it nice outline, and it does look basically the same like the aiStandard one, but now we've got a little bit more cartoony look. That's why I chose the Toon textures. Okay, so let's not get into detail. Let's play a little bit with the specular. Let me see. Oh, you can actually plug it in from here, duh. Nevertheless, we figured it out from here, right? Let's try now plug in a ramp in the specular. I think one of them, let me have a look on this one, what we did. Graph network. Okay, so yes, it's this one. Okay, so yes, I've got a map here, and I've got a rump in the tone map. So not in the color, because afterwards with the color and the weight of the specular, we can play a little bit around. So I've plugged in a rump into the tone map. Okay, let's go back to this one. Let's open it again here on in the Hypershade. So we said specular tone map. Let's look for a rump. There we are. Okay, so there's our rump. Something happened? Nothing happened, okay? Because we need to change some stuff here in the rump, I think. Yeah, I was playing with the linear, I think. I wasn't. Let's have a look again. See how we're figuring out things. Okay, let's go into the rump for that one. So it's V-rump linear, I've left it. Yeah, I haven't played that much. It's just the colors I think I've played here. But let's play with this one that we've done. Yeah, the only thing is that if you hit here 6 in the viewport, you see, the Toon one, it would not show in the viewport. The only way to see it is just basically rendering it. But that was fine. It was okay. You know, it's not too bad. It gave me the look I wanted. So let's go back to this one. Graph material. Let's go back to our rump. Okay. You come here so I can see you. Alright. Okay. Let's make this smaller because I don't need all that. Just want to be able to see the rump. What's gonna happen if I move this? See, I cannot remember. That's partially why I am creating those videos. So I have a process of something, and then it would save me time rather than keep going like now I'm doing in the old texture and figuring it out. I can just watch the video quickly and just remind myself of, okay, I've done this, I've done that. What if we change something here? Spike? Nope. Okay, linear. None. Yeah, let's leave it on linear. But I didn't want to add another color. Let's change that color here. See what's gonna okay, now what I think we need to do is we need to go back to the main texture in the attribute editor. Okay. Specular. Okay, so let's increase, because here it was on 0, so whatever I was doing, it would not show any difference, you know. So let's increase the specular all the way up, see what happens. Yeah. Okay. Yes. Okay. Let's bring that down to white. See what happens. Okay. Maybe I want it more pinkish. Let's leave it maybe here, because I wanted it, because of this rump with roughness, I could get more vibrant colors as well. After I've done the texture for in Substance Painter, you know. This way I can add a little bit more vibrance and a little bit more pinkish than I've done it in Substance Painter. If I didn't have that option with the Toon one, this was far too light pink for my liking, for example. I wanted it to be really vibrant, really, you know, like sharp colors. For kids, they like these vibrant colors. Then I would have needed to go back to Substance Painter and make few tries between the Substance Painter and Arnold render to see, you know, whether I'm getting the right pink color. So this process allowed me to, you know, do this. So let me go back to the main one. So now it's a little bit too shiny again. So let me go to the specular. Let's go down a tiny bit. Okay. Let's change the color of the specular as well, see what we get. Or shall we try something different pink? Like peachy pink, see what we're getting. So we can get something really bright here. Now the outline, I don't like it black, so why is it having the outline black when this one is pink? I think it's the rump, isn't it? Let's see. Where's the rump? Yes. That's changing. I move it here. That's what we're getting. I don't like the look of that, so let's go back. Basically, you can play around with a lot of things. Yeah, and it depending on the specular as well. That's a really nice pink actually there we have. Now I need to figure out why when my outline is not black is black. Let's refresh it maybe. No, it's still black. Okay. Width. Why is it still black? It's not black anymore. Yeah, so I think that happened when we added the specular map around, didn't we? Yeah, and it's outlining where the geometry is, so, you know, see, intersecting. Well, that's okay. I mean, I'm not going to go into detail now to fix all this. I just wanted to show you what you can do with the Toon one and why I chose this time. I chose the Toon one. There was a way. Contour, advanced silhouette. Did I do something there before? Maybe not. Okay, so you can even change it here with the base, the weight of the texture map for the base color. It must be with the tone map. Okay. UV ramp. Box ramp. Okay. U ramp. Let's leave it on the original one. None. Okay, I think it depends on the lighting as well, as far as I remember. Noise frequency. Increase the noise a bit, see what that will give us. Let's bring it back. color balance. Okay, color offset, we can play with that bit as well. Pretty cool. Default color. Okay, there is a lot of things that you can you know, play with, and I think in some of the other textures, let's see what's gonna happen if I put a ramp as well in the specular color. Should we try? I think in some of the textures I did put a ramp there as well. I think I did it for the plain ones. It was giving me this nice cartoony look. None. Whoops. I need a black. You see? You can get this nice kind of shadowing as well. Let me leave it for you to see. But because it's I think it's according to the ramp, to the UVs as well. You can change. Look, I think I did that with her body as well. I really like playing with all those things. When I do something new, I really like playing with it. Shall we leave it on the view ramp? But you get the idea. So if I do this one different color, let's choose one of the pinks. And then I move it here. Oh, the UVs need to be very good for this as well. It worked really well with, not with a t-shirt, but with let me show you actually. It worked really well with the flooring and the curtains. Let me do what shall I do? Plain or a cube? Let's try cube. Let's try cube. Are we in the perspective? Yes, we're in the perspective. Oh, are we? Okay, now we're in the perspective. Okay, let's scale this up. Let's go here. So too much light there, is it? Okay. Yeah, it worked really well. And this one is UV. Yes, okay, so let's try with this one where it's got proper UVs. Okay, and I want to show you how it works for like kind of a gradient, I think, color. Okay, let's assign it a new, aiToon. Let's do cube. So I don't wonder what it is. Okay, let's move it this way so it doesn't interfere with the top, one of the tops. Okay, so what did we say? We wanted to let's do the base color first. Let's change it to blue. Yeah, awesome. And let's do the specular color. That's where I plugged in the ramp and I wanted to show you. Okay, so let's check. Why are you not doing anything? Seriously? Oh. Okay, maybe we need to put the ramp in the... Oh, yes. You know what? Do you know why? Do you know why? Did you figure it out? Yeah, we haven't put the specular on. It's on 0. How is it gonna work and show us anything? No. There you go. Okay, let's bump it somewhere here. Yeah, so I can show you. Now see, this is what I wanted to show you. It's really good. Okay, let me go to the specular rump. Okay, let's leave it on black so you see the original. So if I start, look, that's on the V rump, right? If I move it like this, you know, and we can even add a third color. Shall we add a third color and have fun and add a third color? Yeah. Let's add pink. I like pink. I really like this one. Peachy pink. See? Beautiful, 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 beautiful. And you can play with the rumps. That's why we like rump, right? And now we don't get anything, just blue. The more we move things, the more different things we get. And we can even add a third, a fourth and fifth, and how many colors you want. So what I personally liked was, I think this, wasn't it? No. Let me add one more color. Let's do another blue. No. Green? I like playing with things. Okay, get the idea, right? That's what I wanted to show you. So yeah, that's what you can get with the ramp, but when you have good UVs, you know, for this specific top, the UVs weren't good enough for that. Shall we see what it shows? Look, if you change it to the U ramp, that's what you get. So it's dependent, that's specifically dependent on UVs. Box ramp, ooh, that's nice. UV ramp, that's interesting. Very interesting. Yeah, so it's according to the UVs. 4-corner ramp. Tartan ramp. What does the tartan ramp do? It looks actually cool. It does look cool. Okay, let's leave it on the V ramp. Does it show the outline on the rest of the ramps? Did you notice? Yes, it does. Okay, that's good to know. Okay, let's leave it at the V ramp. But I wanted to show you, you know, with proper UVs, when you plug in a ramp into the specular cover as well, what would happen? Let's hide that. Let's get back to that. Did we explore all the options and everything? Let's go back to the camera shape 1. Okay, where's my, let's keep them here so we get both of them. Okay, so you get the idea, and we get all this lining because obviously it's not kind of smoothed. So if let's test it. If I get this, go to vertex. Shall I try vertex? Let me move it. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna select those lips. Okay, let's try with the soft select. Just want to move it a little bit to test it. Come on. Shall we just smooth it so we can test it? Come on. Please don't collapse on me. Come on. Let's just smooth it. I want to test it. Okay. Show me. Hi. Why are you doing this? It's because of the ramps, isn't it? Okay. Let's see whether it's because of the ramps. Okay, just get back into the graphics editor. Let's get back to that one. Let me remove the ramp. This one is the tone map one. I'm still outlining it there. Go away. With scaling, it's gonna scale down all the lining, not just the yeah. Don't get it. It was outlining it nicely. Why is it doing that? There isn't any overlapping here now on this part. I don't know why it's happening, but you get the idea. The idea of this was to show you how the toon textures work. Don't want to waste your time, don't want to waste my time trying to figure it out. If I needed to figure it out for my animation, I would have figured it out for my animation. You saw that when we fixed the top not overlapping the edges, not overlapping in the vertices, it's worked perfectly fine with the line. Yeah. So yeah, regardless. You saw what the toon textures is all about. I hope that was helpful for you. I certainly had fun playing with it again. And now I've got a record of it, so at least next time when I need to do the toon shaders, it won't take me as long to do it, or it won't take me as long time to investigate how I did it. And the last thing I will show you in this video is the physical sky and the depth of field. And I will leave you. Just bear with me. Just a few tricks for the, come on, go to camera. For the camera depth of field that I'm using and the physical sky. Let's do first the physical sky. Such a bit. Seriously. Okay, so we created the physical sky, not the sky dome with the HDRI. I'm going to use this one. So we increased the intensity a little bit. Okay, and then let's go to the aiPhysical Sky 1, and let's play first with the elevation and azimuth. Is that how we pronounce it? Who knows? Let's try azimuth first. So you can see it's basically rotating the sun, I think. That's what it's doing. Yeah, I kind of like that. So you can slowly, gradually see. And now the roughness ramps that we put. See how it's making nice cartoony look there a little bit. But that's really bugging me. I'll just ignore it. Yeah. And then we here where it's too light. So I'm going to leave it somewhere here. I think I like it. Okay. Then let's do the elevation, because that's the first two things I usually do. Like there or this way. That's too bright. I wanna always leave it not as bright and then add myself lights from different angles as well. Shall I leave it here? It's too dark. I think the elevation is actually the position in the sun of the sun, whether it's morning or night or afternoon. Let's put a bit more now. Let's bring it back to 1, so we can put some other. You see the outline when you change the physical sky, how this gets like brighter at the edges, and so when you play with the ramps and everything else, it's just like such a nice thing to play with. Sky tint, I usually, it depends on the scene. I can do it like very blue, or it depends, because now, for example, too blue, it doesn't look very good because I don't have anything around. But when I have quite outside environment, like with the houses and the trees and everything, and you just want that nice blue sky where you're adding the clouds as well, it works really well if you just bump it up to like really nice and blue. But here it doesn't work at the moment, so. But yes, here you can change the tint of the sky. Then the sun, I usually obviously do it like some yellowish. I like warm temperature for my lights. Even for my atmosphere, I add warm lights. What else we can play with here? Turbidity. So you can see how it changes it. So it's depending on the mood, depending on the scene, depending on a lot of things. But I like the physical sky one. When I don't need HDRI for my realistic textures, that's really... It works even with the realistic textures. The meteor scene that I've done with the nice detailed house and the yard and the trees that I have, with the meteor going into the house, I actually used this process of setting up the physical sky. I don't have an HDR there, and I have used textures from a Substance Painter, but because I didn't want them to look as realistic, I didn't need to actually put HDRI in it. Okay, this video is getting very long, so let me just cut to the last bit, which is the camera and depth of field, and I will leave you. Okay, so like I said, I use this depth of field. I just stick it on, and first, before we do this, let's come back to this camera. So you can see, let me show you. Take it off, take it on, and now we can start playing with these 3 settings. So let's do the f-stop first. No, f-stop doesn't do anything before we change something else. It back on, so it was on 5, 6. Let's try with 10. Focus distance 20, and then the focus scale first 2, 5. You can see 6. Just gradually. And now, if I move the f-stop, you can see, can you see the difference here? Here. Yeah, just watch the t-shirt. How we get this smudged look, and depending on your scene and you know how close the camera is and what you want in the depth of field, you can play with it. Let me quickly, here I like it. Let me quickly hit render. So as you can see, the difference between the things that we can achieve with the Toon one, it's pretty nice, pretty impressive. So depending on what your look of the scene is, you can use the Toon textures as well. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Yeah. Okay. Oh, last thing. You know this scene. I think it's the third one. Is it the third one? Where the clock is in the little mirror, where it's actually, yes, this part here, this one with the scene within the mirror. This one I actually rendered not in Arnold. I rendered it in Maya hardware, within Maya renderer, because it's an instant one, right? It's just like you render it and it's an instant render. And I just used ambient light and point light or something, and the effect is really good. No, it saved me so much time to have to render the screen frames by doing it in Maya render. So yeah, for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, is just if you go to your render settings, here we've got the render using Arnold or Maya software. So I just selected Maya software in my scene. I set it up, but the lights work different. For if you want to render with Maya software scene, you would need to use not the Arnold lights, but you would need to use the Maya lights, which is space, lighting, no, space, create, forgotten how it is, come on, create, lights, and from here you need to choose. So I think I used ambient light for that specific scene, and some point lights to put in where the jaw was. But yeah, it saved me so much time. I was thinking, because first I need, for the mirror animation, I need to render image sequence. That is an image sequence animation there. So I created a separate scene for it. I set up my lighting, I animated it, and I rendered it. Instead of rendering it in Arnold, I rendered image sequence in Maya software. And when I rendered it, I just plugged it in into my texture for the mirror. And then I rendered everything else in Arnold, if it makes sense what I'm saying. So that was the last thing I wanted to share with you. Just a way, sometimes there is a way of saving, you know, with these little things. Like, it's pretty good picture rendering in my software, right? I didn't need it to be realistic. I didn't need anything. It actually looked really nice and saturated and vibrant when I used the ambient light. It turned out really well. I had to, you know, compromise on a few things, but considering that the compromises I did, I think it did turn out really well. So thank you for watching. I know this went over 1 hour. I hope you find it really useful. Just wanted to share all the experience that I gathered creating this animation. If there is anything else you want me to show you how I did, please do comments in the video below, and I will try to do it. So I'll see you with the next video. I've got a few prepared videos for the birdie project and some for the church project when I did the sculpting of some of the artifacts in Nomad. And I still have videos to process for the 3D scanning shoe project. So I'll see you soon. Have a great day. Thank you.